What? I'm not happy with this outcome. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 14. So we start off with the aftermath of the recoupling. Soul is mad because she thinks that Sincere basically just lied to her the whole time. I also think she just wasn't expecting it because he didn't really give her any clue that he was going to be with Melanie again. Like, he said that he had a conversation with her, didn't really tell her how the conversation went. He essentially made it seem like it was more of a goodbye conversation, if anything. Like, they were just cordial with each other and they hadn't really had any conversations outside of that one. I do think that Soul is entitled to feel mad or just upset, however she wants to feel, because I think Sincere was being incredibly disrespectful towards her and not really considerate of her feelings. Sincere also tells Melanie that he isn't going to explore Soul anymore, so that's over and done with. Um, in my opinion, Melanie cannot be helped at this point. Like, she watched him lie to her, watched him lie to Soul, then got back together with him and is screaming because she's back together with him. So she can't be helped. Caleb is also pretty upset about the situation, but I don't really feel as bad for Caleb as I feel for Soul, just because he had a lot of time to explore other people. Like, Kenzie was pretty open about the fact that she was exploring Corbin. Um, and she actually told Caleb to explore other girls. He just didn't do that. So I think it's like partially his fault that he's not really having any other connections. I still don't like Kenzie and Corbin, but I also can be honest and say that Caleb definitely could have gotten out of that situation sooner than he did. Like, it didn't take a recoupling, really. He could have talked to other girls. Kenzie does talk to Caleb basically to just like clear the air and say that she still wants to be friends. She says that that's not how she wanted it to go, and then says that she felt good about them and everything that she said to him was honest. However, I don't think that's true. I think like she was pretty much locked in with Corbin, and like she made that decision that she wanted to be with Corbin as soon as she got coupled up with Caleb. So, like, I just think that the whole Caleb and Kenzie thing was just fake. Like, maybe she was trying to spare his feelings, Caleb's feelings, but like she was kissing Corbin behind his back, and it was just obvious that she liked Corbin more. Like, let's just be honest. Corbin does tell Soul that he doesn't think that Kenzie was completely honest with him, so I'm glad that he understands that and he knows that. Casey and Anaya are back together, or they never really were not together, but they're stable now. They said that they're happy they could write letters to each other because a lot of what they were arguing about was basically just misunderstanding. So their drama is pretty much solved. And Trinity and Bryce are together. And oh my god, my favorite couple, Trinity and Bryce. Bryce said, "When I opened the door, I had no idea what was going to be behind it, and the one person I wanted to be behind it was." Like, those are my winners, okay? They're my winners. In the morning, Sincere talks to Soul, and she basically just lets all her feelings out and tells him how she really feels, which I'm happy she did. Also, before I talk about what happened in their conversation, I just want to say Sincere told the guys that he didn't have feelings for Soul and that he was just with her for the time being, which is another issue. Because if you knew you didn't really like Soul like that and you wanted to be with Melanie, why would you not tell her that? Like, what's the point of sparing someone's feelings and getting their hopes up when they could just go explore? So I understand why she's angry. Soul says that she feels like he's not an honest person and that he's two-faced, that he lied to her. I agree. Sincere says, "Are we just gonna sit here and act like it's only my fault?" Yes. It is only his fault. Like, why is he trying to spin it on Soul? I do think that he's mad that he's getting like directly called out by her, because I don't think he's been directly called out by anyone this entire season. So he's definitely mad about that. She's not just sitting by idly and letting him fake apologize. So I'm glad Soul called him out because someone needed to do it. I'm glad it was Soul. Then Caleb and Soul have like this small conversation where they're basically just trying to get to know each other because they're like forced to be in a couple, which it's pointless. They're not going to be in a couple. But I think they're both just trying to make the best out of the situation at this point. Then Gabriel and Jen have a conversation, which y'all know how I feel about them. Gabriel said that he doesn't see himself with anyone other than her at this point. and I honestly was shocked, like, because I don't think that they're real. I think it's based on the fact that no bombshells have come in, so they're kind of been forced to build a connection. But I don't think that it's a real connection. Like if they both made it to Casa, I think they both would just switch. But yeah. Then Soul talks to Bryce and Casey, and she says that she feels like she can't really pull anyone for chats because everyone's like locked in with their couple. Casey says that he regrets the Soul situation in confessionals, and I just wish we could just get to Casa, show Anaya or movie night, show Anaya what Casey's saying, and then Anaya finds a better man. Like that's my wish for her. Then we get to when America votes for their favorite couples. I think you guys already know who I voted for based on my other videos, but I voted for Trinity and Bryce, of course. There's four safe couples. Trinity and Bryce are the first safe couple. Yes. Anaya and Casey are the second safe couple. And I think most of their votes are probably because Anaya is loved, but I don't think Anaya and Casey are a good couple. Then Kata and Zach, um, Melanie and Sincere, which okay. I think they were saved because people like drama and people like Melanie. So there's three unsaved girls and three unsaved guys, and the girls vote to vote out one of the boys, and the guys have to vote out one of the girls. So with the unsaved girls, it's Kinsey, Jen, and Soul. I was expecting Soul to be voted out just because she didn't have a connection. They did do a bit of debating though. They at first brought up Kinsey because she's been going back and forth between people and she didn't have a steady connection yet. Then Bryce says that Soul is looking for a relationship, so he don't want to vote her out. But Zach and Sincere said that she's not in a couple, so she shouldn't stay. But they asked Casey how he feels, and Casey says that if they saved her, he would explore Soul. Ultimately, they choose to dump Soul. I don't think that Casey agreed with that decision, just because while they were talking, Casey was looking down and just shaking his head the whole time. It just didn't seem very unanimous, but I think that's the best decision that they can make. Me personally, I wanted Kinsey gone, but she's there and Soul's not. I just think that Soul should have been able to have like a better shot at finding love, to be honest. Now, with the boys, the unsaved guys are Corbin, Gabriel, and Caleb. And I expected Caleb to be eliminated just because he doesn't have a connection again. They debated, I think all of them except Corbin. They said that Gabe is always waiting for someone new to come in, but they did consider keeping him because he has a connection with Jin. Then they debated Caleb because he doesn't have a connection, and they said he's young, so he might not be looking for real love. But they said he hasn't had a fair shot because he hasn't explored, so that was a pro in keeping him. Ultimately, they chose to dump Gabriel because he had a chance to explore, but he's like looking constantly for someone else, which he is. I didn't really care who left on the guy's side, but from the trailer, it looked like the guys are pretty irritated that Gabriel left. I think that was a fair reason to vote someone out though, because he has had a good connection with Beatrice and then a good connection with Jen, but then he's like constantly looking for bombshells. Like they don't think he's there for love, basically. And I said that from the beginning. Like I think he even said he wasn't there for love. So I mean that's a fair reason to vote someone out. Anyways, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my other Love Island videos.